Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I'm John. Today we're checking out a 2060 Super with Forza Horizon 6, and let me tell you, I'm impressed with all the FPS we're getting at every level. Let's get right into it. All right, we're in the settings here. Here we go. We're on very low everything to start out with. 1080p, no upscaling at all. No anti-aliasing or anything like that. Let's go ahead and get into a match, a racing match. Let's do it. And if you haven't noticed, we changed a few things, put a little bit of transparency background on the back of the stats so you can see it a little bit better. I've zoomed in the camera, and I got a green screen coming. It'll put me right into the game, so you don't have to see the background of my house. So that's awesome. Let's get into this. What are we racing with? All right. Looks like a Ford. There you go. Nice. Looking at 105. Oh, that's cool. $119, $120 here. Looks great. Frame time's below 10 milliseconds. Everything looks great. Very low, no issues with this card as I imagined. Let's go ahead and turn it up to low. Okay. We'll turn that back on. Oh, resetting those 1% lows. There we go. Hitting 90, 93. Looks good. 100 here. Pretty awesome. Frame time still under 10. We're even going to try ray tracing. I'm very happy that this game is this optimized, this 2060, which is no slouch, but you know, the entry level of the RTX cards that came out. I know there's an RTX like 2050 for laptops, but I don't have one of those. Still looking at about 100, depending on where you're at. Looks good. Oh, slammed. All right. Low, no issues. Everything looked great. You could play this all day long. Let's go ahead and turn it up to medium settings. Save. Okay, we'll turn that back on, reset those 1% lows. And if you haven't noticed, we added an average FPS in here as well. I'm gonna make some charts for you at the very end. Working on all that. Okay, I don't know what just happened there, but 85, 87 average looks fine here. Now we're at 9.5 to 11 milliseconds response time. We just seen 13, but still looking very good here. I don't know what I just got myself into here. Nice. And right now, if you don't know, you can get an RTX 2060 Super or even just an RTX 2060 for $100 for a regular RTX 2060. RTX 2060 Super is going about 120 to 160. If you're really patient, you can get it on that lower end. I got mine for 120 bucks, and it works well. All right, enough of medium. Let's check out high. Okay, reset those 1% lows. There we go. 73. Still great. Response time or frame rate looks fine. below 15. Oh yeah. Now, if you notice, my RAM is sitting at 2100 megabytes. If we, I guess you want to say, removed it, if you had like 16 gigs of RAM, you may not see this kind of FPS. It may be a little bit lower, but we might try it later on and just put just 16 gigs of DDR5 in here and see what kind of results we get. But that's gonna be a later video. We are playing with an i7 14700K. I do have my other test bench down here with an i7 8700K in it, and we're gonna try that. That'll be a video coming out hopefully Wednesday or Thursday of this week. Playing the same game with the same GPU. We're gonna compare the results. Oh, okay. What just happened? Didn't know that was gonna do that. All right, everything looked great there. Let's go to Ultra. We're gonna save that. Turn that back on. Looking at 56 to almost 60, depending on where you're at. Nice. It looked great. Let's see what else we can do here. We'll retry it.
There's some seconds to shave off out there.
That way we're on the same track. All the results are the same. Again, this is 1080p Ultra on native, no upscaling. Getting 48, 50 FPS almost. Looks good. Reset those 1% lows one last time. Double check everything since it was in a cutscene. 52, 53. Yeah, it looks good. All right, let's go ahead and try Extreme, and then we'll get into some ray tracing. All right. All right, so we got our running low on video memory at this point. So you can see it right here. Let me turn this off here. We are over the threshold, basically. That's okay. We're gonna try it out. And it's not great. 17 frames, 43 millisecond response time. Oh, yeah, that's no good. It did smooth out just a little bit here and there, but yeah. Oh no. Okay. So it didn't work out that well on these ultra settings. So 1080p high, great, no issues. Or sorry, extreme, we were on extreme. So let's go to some ray tracing. We're gonna try it high and try that out. As soon as it goes. All right, we're below that memory threshold. Reset those 1% lows. There we go. And looking at 63, 60 FPS, right on dot. So 1080p, high, ray tracing. Game looks pretty good. I like it. Ow. Oh no, oh no, oh no. There we go. Yeah, right at 60 FPS. Frame time looks fine. 15 milliseconds. Nothing to complain about there. I don't see any huge spikes at all in that frame time as you look at it below. I like it. This is like a perfect combination right here. Nice. All right, let's give another shot on some other settings. Whoa, whoa. All right, turn that off real quick. Graphics settings, RT high. Let's try ultra high. I don't think we're gonna be able to do it, but we're gonna give it a shot here. Okay. Turn that back on. Reset those 1% lows. I'm getting 43 FPS. Oh, whoops. Frame time is at 26 milliseconds. Not that great. I would not play it at this. I think 1080p high with ray tracing on is about as best we're gonna get out of this. There we go. Nice. Yeah, not an enjoyable experience. You're seeing a lot the frame time graph spike, and not that great experience here. So let's go ahead and try some other settings here. So we're gonna turn that off, and we're not gonna try extreme because that's not gonna help. All right, so we're gonna put it back on high, just high, no ray tracing, 1080p, okay? And then we're gonna upscale it with some upscaling technology. DLSS, we're gonna put it on quality, okay? There we go. We'll reset those 1% lows. There we go. 73 FPS. Everything's looking great here. Response time's right under 15 milliseconds. Great experience here. Very nice. 75. Average is 72. Having a good time here. Okay, let's try balance just to see what we get here. Whoops, there we go. Balanced, save. There we go, reset those 1% lows, there we go. Looking at 76, 70, just depends where you're at. Whoa. There we go. Looks good, 74 average FPS. Oh. Now, there's a lot of detail, a lot of buildings and everything here. If we're at a different track, aka like in the woods, you're gonna see a higher frame rate. I have tested this, so I'm gonna show that to you next. Oh, there we go. We're almost there. All right, DLSS helps it a little bit, nothing crazy. Let's turn that off. We're gonna try AMD FSR quality, and it boosts it to 82. A little bit higher frame rate, or FPS. Frame time's around 12. Everything looks good there. And we finished that. I'm gonna restart it in the race again so you can see AMD FSR a little bit more. As soon as we get into it, there we go. There we go. Here we go. And then I will show you 1 second. One last time. AMD FSR quality. There we go. Reset those 1% lows. Yeah, looks good. getting about similar performance to DLSS on quality and balanced at times. Great experience, no issues here. All right, let's go ahead and go to, whoops, there we go. We're gonna quit event. Okay, and now I'm gonna take you somewhere else and just show you that in the woods and just free driving, you have a little bit higher FPS here. So we're gonna turn AMD FSR off. Save. And it's 1080p, 77 FPS. Everything looks good here. Ow. Let's go to, let's pick somewhere else. Let's go, okay. I want to fast travel. All right, we're gonna fast travel there so I don't have to drive for 10 minutes to get there. All right, as you can see, FPS is 73, 75, a little bit higher than where we're at racing. A little bit more detail happening. All right, and then we'll go back to high RT with ray tracing and save it, and then we'll show you that. Getting 54, 55. Ouch, my bad. Oh no, my bad about that. I can't drive. There we go. Average is 55 FPS right here. Still a great experience. Frame time looks amazing. I don't see any spikes. Okay, well, that was dumb. Can we get it? There we go. All right. If I was to play this before even testing 1440p, 1080p high with ray tracing, perfect. I love it. Let's go into 1440p. I'm gonna get that set up and I'll be right back. All right, we're back with 1440p. We're currently on very low settings and I'm gonna show you that real quick. 1440p, no upscaling, no anti-aliasing, nothing like that. And we're on low, or sorry, very low and or off. I just set it on the preset. And let's get right into it. 94 FPS right now. Looks great. 1080p very low looks absolutely horrendous. This doesn't look too terrible at very low, but we still have room to play with this card. I think we'll be all very surprised at 1440p high settings when we get there. Currently 91, everything looks great here. Let's go ahead and change it to low settings. Turn that off for a second. Low it is. Okay, turn that back on. There we go, 85-ish. 84 is the average right now. 83 now. Looks great though, 1440p low. Frame time looks great. No spikes and lag or anything like that. It's nice and smooth. I'm having a great time playing at this settings right here. Oh, I missed a checkpoint. Okay, my bad. Reset those 1% lows. There we go. There we go. Yeah. Good experience right here. Let's see this jump. Okay. low, no problems whatsoever. Let's go ahead and take it to medium. Again, 1440p native, medium settings. Turn that back on. Reset those 1% lows. Oh, jeez. Okay. 74 FPS, 72 is an average right now. Great. Frame time looks fine. No lag, no spikes. It's nice and smooth. Great experience so far. And I know we talked about it earlier, but you can get an RTX 2060 or a Super 2060 for 100 to 160. I have seen some in the 200s. This depends on what card you want. Like if you're looking for a specific model, some with RGB, some are not. Some are single fan cards, some are triple. Just depends on what you want. Just be patient especially if you're looking on eBay and you're trying to find a card and you're coming from something else, like a 1050, 1080, you know, something like that. Looks great. Let's go ahead and go to high settings. Turn that off. Save. All right. And we'll reset those 1% lows. And now we're looking at right at that 60 FPS mark, maybe just a little bit higher. Frame time looks great as well. I don't see a whole lot of lag spikes. I've seen maybe one. That's about it. And I didn't even feel it in the game. Yeah, great experience. Wow. 64 average. To me, this is like the prime settings we need to be at. All right, let's go ahead and try something else. We're gonna go to Ultra, and this is where it all kind of falls apart. It does not have a good time at Ultra, okay? There we go, 46 FPS, that frame time is in the 20s now, low 20s to mid 20s. Still an okay experience, but I'd rather be at 1440p high. This is 1440p Ultra, all native so far. All right, not the greatest experience, but you can play at this, but I don't recommend it. Let's go ahead and try something else. We're not going to do extreme. It's terrible. I'm not even going to show it to you. Don't do it. We're going to try high with ray tracing now, native. Hit save. Okay. Turn that back on. Reset those 1% lows. And an okay experience, not great. Frame times in the mid 20s. Getting 42, 41 average. I wouldn't play with ray tracing on. It's not that great. We basically used all of our VRAM. We got a little to spare, but not much. I mean, it's just not worth it. But you can play it with that. It's okay. Oh. Okay. My fault. There we go. I don't think we're gonna make that. Oh, there we go. Okay. Not a very great experience at all. Don't use ray tracing, but you can go all the way to 1440p high, which I think is great for this card. It's great for the developer to optimize it this well, especially when we're sitting only on 8 gigs of VRAM. Let's go ahead and change it back to high, okay? And then, but now we're gonna turn resolution scaling on, DLSS. We're gonna put it on quality, save, turn that back on. Reset those 1% lows. it's fine. We're right at 60 FPS. I don't think it's changed from native, I guess, as you want to call it. Yeah. We'll restart back to the same map that we're on. We'll hit retry and we'll drive it just a little bit longer. But honestly, 1080 or 1440p high native, probably better than DLSS on this card. This is DLSS quality, 1080 or 1440p high. No ray tracing. Yeah, I mean, it's okay experience. Looks fine, drives fine. Why upscale when you can go native? And we had no lag spikes or anything. Let's try balanced and see if we get anything better. Nothing better. It's about the same as quality, and native still just a little bit better. And just to prove it to you, we're gonna go back, we're gonna turn it off just so you can see the difference. And we're at 60 FPS, 65, and this is 1440p high native. So we're actually getting hurt by the DLSS. And our frame times, maybe, oh, I missed a checkpoint again. Maybe a millisecond faster. Wasn't a whole lot of change there. So we tried DLSS, quality, balanced. Now let's go AMD FSR and try that. Again, we're still on high. Turn that off real quick. AMD FSR 3.1.5. We're gonna go quality, save. All right, reset those 1% lows. Now we're looking about the same, maybe a little bit better, maybe not. It's almost hard to tell. We'd have to pull the graphs and take a look at it, but still a good experience. Frame time looks just about the same. This is quality AMD FSR 3.1.5. Yeah, it's fine. Let's go ahead and go to balanced. See if we get anything else out of the card. Reset those 1% lows. 67, 74 here. Average is 69. I think this is helping, you know, based on what I can see. Feels fine though. 14, 15 milliseconds frame time. So we are seeing a little bit of an improvement, but again, I'd rather just go 1440p high native. It drove just fine, and our FPS is above 60. Oh my gosh, that was dumb. There we go. Nice. Well, that's all I have for you today. 2060 Super, a great card for this game. Probably need to check out some other games, but this well-optimized game is doing wonders with the 2060 Super. If you like this content, consider subscribing, commenting below, and sharing it as well will definitely help us. And until next time, I'll see you. Peace.